Hello, everyone. I hope you're all ready for Halloween. Let's head into Let's Go Help 2. All right. Today's class is hosted out of teaching sessions in the Join Us Live collection. We are going to leave any answers for you in the second tab over. See, here we are in teaching sessions. We're in the upcoming live tab. We're going to jump into the announcements tab. And then you also have the replays tab over here for any of our past sessions. And so for our material, we will be going into a different area, and that is in the Help Now corner for farming and ranching, country living, any of that kind of country idea. We'll go into Start My Business. And for pet care, we go to healthcare assistance. So those are the two areas built in right here in Let's Go Help 2 that provide the information for country business primarily, but it's going to take you to the places that have it for country living as well, and then for pets. And so we are a very small audience today, guys. We have several regulars with us, Miss Vanessa and Irving and Glenn. We have Charles, Anne Marie, and Buddies, who are at least newer. I think I maybe have worked with you a couple of times, Charles, and then Ethel as well as a staff member. So Charles was the first one in, and it looks like you have some questions ready to go for us, Charles.
I wasn't thinking about the session today being on pets and stuff. I just had other questions
Okay, well, when we get through, make sure nobody has topic-specific questions. We open it up for open-ended questions. So just hold on, and we will get to those for you. All right?
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Charles. I'm going to go ahead and mute you there. And then, of course, I know Irving and Vanessa are pretty well aware there of the forum. So Anne Marie or Buddies, do you guys have any questions about country living and business, pets, agriculture? Please, Anne Marie.
No, not at this time. I'm just hear everybody's your information and.
All right. Well, like I said to Charles, we'll get through this moment. I'm going to walk through a few things if nobody has anything about this topic, and then we'll dive into open-ended questions. All right? All right. And then, oh no, it looks like the other person fell off. Either they were worried about getting put in the spotlight, or their internet isn't any good or something like that. All right, guys. So let's just really quickly walk through the kinds of resources that are out there. So if you jump into the Start My Business space in the Help Now corner collection, you're going to arrive on the course, right? And this is excellent for those who want to start a business from a side hustle up to a huge endeavor. And you want to use this first course unit to get into the material, get a free mentor, look at some really key organizations. And then there are pieces that go for our community. And you'll find those in each of the Help Now corner spaces. There will be 2 to 4 unique lessons to each space in the first unit, and then they will all direct you towards applying for the monthly Let's Go giveaway, learning how to ask questions and get personalized help, joining the weekly calls for Q&A, finding a buddy and joining an accountability group, how daily check-ins really will get you to your best success, and get your badge. You've gone through the whole lesson. All right, and then you'll get into the secondary unit. Most of them have this started. Many of them have lots more information that will be added into them. The Start My Business unit is pretty well complete. So this one is very well fleshed out for you guys. And for our purposes in this class, Country Living and Business Plus Pets, we're going to go down to about the middle of the second unit. And you have this huge lesson for grants and resources for farmers and ranchers. And it's a quick guide. It's going to give you some overall information. Then you get into mentors and guides and folks behind the scenes that will work with you and talk with you on a variety of different subjects within the outdoor agricultural world. You have all of this for health, safety, and regulations, because when you're starting a business, this may be something that you need, right? For my own, I don't have to worry about health per se with the physical part of my business, but I have to worry about safety and perhaps regulations depending on what a client might want for their garden, their rewilding area, those kinds of things, right? And so safety and regulations will definitely apply. Then you have this entire set of resources around learning, planning, and building. You have the mentors again, business planning and education, grant and loan programs, general funding tools, specialized funding, real life rural support, legal, tax, and operational help. And it's all out there for us all the time around that agricultural world. All right. And then for pets, if you will jump into healthcare assistance, Matthew always puts the pets kind of in with the healthcare because they're part of our family too, and they need healthcare as well, right? So you have, again, in this one, 3 unique lessons to the first unit here, followed by, oh, and we're getting ready to put out a new area here, which is excellent. It looks like disabilities will be coming soon. And you have all of these great health pieces. Do we not have the pets in here yet? I could have sworn. Oh, yes. Okay. It's in the 3rd lesson. I apologize. I haven't had to get in here for a minute. So in the 3rd lesson, you have how to eliminate your medical bills and debt. And if you go down to the very last action item, number 8 right here, you have veterinary bills and pet food. All right. And we will be getting more information in here for pets as well, but this is a great place to get started there, everyone. And now, if nobody has been inspired to ask any questions about those topics, we can go ahead and open it up to open-ended questions. And Charles, you were the first one in wanting to get some questions answered, I think.
Yes. Since you just brought it up about the pets and veterinarian help, whatever, uh, I don't have a problem. I have a little dog that's about 8 years old. I'm not having a problem feeding her or anything like that. Just,
What would you would need a specific goal for me to tell you whether or not there might be resources out there for you. You can always just tear through a topic and see if there's something. I can provide it for you that way. Otherwise, I would need to know a little bit more about what you might want to do then, right? You're not needing pet food, and it doesn't sound like your animal is ill.
no, she's pretty good health.
That's
The
wonderful.
under start taking your action today,
Mm-hmm.
you have hospital bill forgiveness. We still talking about veterinarian type of hospitals.
No, Matthew just sees veterinarian care in the overall topic of healthcare. So this is going to start being more overall healthcare. And at the very bottom, again, it has that little bit for pets, right? This is rephrased here for you, but it's the same information. And that's what all of these are. They're just kind of rephrased. People don't always take the time to read through everything. So if they don't see it here, but then they get down here and they're like, oh, hospital bill forgiveness, and then they'll click it. So Julia may put these all together for us. Matthew provides her the resources for the first unit, and then she puts it all together for us like this and really breaks it down and makes it nice and easy to use and pleasant to work with. And so she has different ways of reintroducing the same material because you'll get different people with different presentation styles, different ways of talking, all of this, right?
Yes. Well, that's about the only real question on this particular subject I have at this time then.
So it doesn't sound like you probably really need the pet care information.
No, ma'am. I'm pretty well got a healthy dog.
All right. One other thing just to be aware of, and this is really only affordable in my opinion, if you already have a Walmart subscription for getting deliveries or pickup and all of that, where they do the in-store shopping for you, right? And there is an app called Pop, and it is an online vet 24/7. And if you pay with the Walmart subscription, you get the subscription to Pop, which is $100.99 for a year. You get it for free. And then on top of that, I chose to pay an additional fee for, I don't remember if they charged me yearly or if I did it monthly. And I think it made it a little bit more than our services. So I think it was $25 a month, something like that. No, it can't have been that much. Let's just look if they have it here. They have any of the breakdown on pricing. They probably don't. No, okay, I'm thinking it was lower than that. So probably not. It was probably more of an annual subscription, and I think it was $240. I think it was $20 a month. And I paid it all up front. And then the initial subscription was that $100. So it would cost $340, I believe, if you weren't getting that subscription. I had to take my youngest dog in for emergency vet services, and she was covered, and the entire vet visit was covered. Now, it's not for your regular vet visits, right? For shots and checkups and things like that. It's for emergencies, but you're covered up to $3,000. And I have 4 pets now. I had 3 at the time. Now I've got 4, and they're all 4 covered by that. I didn't have to pay anymore. And so I have that assurity, right? One of my dogs, well, before I got her, she is a very needy, in-your-face kind of an animal, and she bothered a pregnant cat, and it took her eye. That was an $1,800 surgery that my friend was on the line for before we got her, and that would have been covered. Also, the same dog, year and a half later or so, after we had gotten Abby, she got herself into something. She didn't have an eye on her left side. And so somewhere she got herself into some heavy equipment, some tractors or fencing or something. And she ripped an L-shaped gash in her right haunch. And I think that was about $400. And that too would have been covered, even if it would have been in the same year, though it wasn't. And both times, of course, it was more than what the service cost. The vet visit that I had for her emergency, my younger dog, was I think $312, and that was entirely covered, and I had only paid $240. Now, if I'd paid that additional $100 for $340, I would still have about $28 that I didn't utilize, right? And so that's why I think $240 is really better, because if I don't use it, it's not as much to go out of my pocket. But if I do use it, I can go up to $3,000 for that $240 investment. So if you had a bunch of pets that are really active and getting hurt, $340 might even be worth it. But that is something for those of us who aren't looking for free food or don't qualify for free veterinary care or something along those lines. This is a service out there that has already saved me about $85. So definitely something to be aware of. All right, so I think you have some other types of questions for us, Charles. How can we help you today?
Well, it gets back to home repairs. So if this isn't the right session,
No, it's fine. All of our sessions that are topic-based will start out on that topic. If there are questions, they'll get answered, and then when they're run out of those, move on to open-ended. If there aren't, we'll just open up the floor to open-ended. I just wanted to show you guys the resources that are about this topic, and then we'll go into what you need. So home repair it is, Charles. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to pop into ChatGPT, and where is the new prompts that I created? I have them in a tab. Okay, they are here. Okay, we're going to go down to home repair. These are prompts from Matthew Lesko that I modified according to our AI expert, Roger White's instructions. And so these are a little more complicated than the ones that Matthew is handing out, but they are more accurate. And so I'm not sure where we're going to keep going with this. This is the kind of information that Roger is recommending Matthew work with the people who are creating his Lesko Loves AI services for each of these different topics. And it may be looking a little bit like this in the background of those services. But we're going to just copy this whole thing here. Okay, down to that. And then go back to our ChatGPT, and we're going to pop that in there. And then we're going to come up here to the very top. And do you want to provide your city? You have to provide at least your city, county, or zip code, but you can provide all three or only one of those three. What would work best for you, Charles?
I can do it all.
All right, what's your city then?
Greer, spelled Greer.
You got it. And state?
South Carolina. 29651.
Got it. All right. And yes, we're all ready to go. So it looks a little more complicated, and it is, but it's as easy really to do. Okay, this is not a difficult task to follow, but it's very daunting for someone who's not used to AI or computers or both, and they're pages of this information. But this is going to really instruct the AI to provide the kind of results that Matthew is looking for with these searches, and that's what we're all looking for as well, right? So now I'm going to hit enter, and now it's going to take AI a little while. First of all, I have like a cajillion tabs up, only mildly hyperbole, right? And then Zoom is going on. Plus, this is a big task. We copied pages of instructions for ChatGPT to follow in producing 2 batches of downloadable spreadsheets, one from government resources and one from nonprofit resources. And then we have to take those, because I don't prefer to work in Microsoft Excel. It doesn't provide the same protections that working in Google Sheets does. If you pull something up from the internet in Microsoft Excel, most of the time, if there's not something else that's trying to communicate with you, it's going to tell you that you have to enable editing in order to manipulate the document, and that could leave you vulnerable to things from the internet. However, if you take it to Google Sheets, there are protections that are built in there. It's not even technically in your hard drive or computer. It's online in your online Google storage in your Google Sheet. Okay, so those are the reasons why I do that. And also it's free. Not everyone has a Microsoft subscription. I do. I have it because I have an online business. It's only practical to have it for myself, but for a lot of people, if I didn't have to have Microsoft, I probably wouldn't have Microsoft. I prefer Google. So there are a lot of people who do not have Microsoft, and so they may not even be able to enable editing on their documents. So that's why Google Sheets is free to everyone, right? And so it's still searching, and it talks about all the things that it's looking through as it's searching for it.
This is all in my locality, pretty much, or within 50 miles?
Within 25 miles.
25 miles.
It is instructed if it cannot find enough resources in that 25 miles, then it goes to county, state, and federal.
I just saw the veteran section go by or download it or whatever this thing's doing. I am a veteran. Is
Okay.
it better to go for the veteran
Yes,
side?
had I known that, I would have added that piece in for you.
Okay.
I'm
Any
also kind of perspective that you can look through retired, right? If you're a senior and some things go at 55 and some things go at, I think, 65, right? So you want to look into individual programs. If you have a disability, especially as a veteran, if you have any kind of percentage towards a disability related to your service. If you are in a rural area and there are services that are hard to get in a rural area, there's all these different types of perspectives that one can look through. As a woman and an entrepreneur, I get to look through that frame, right? So all these different perspectives open up different opportunities for each of us based on the boxes that we each check off.
So as senior over 55, I'm over 70 by a little bit.
Hey, you sound hale and hearty to me. I think you're doing great. And you
Thank
do look it too. I thought you were more towards your 40s, more towards like my age. So yeah, I forgot that I saw you earlier today, Charles, when we first.
I wish. But so now I'm 70, I'm retired, I'm a veteran, I'm on SS, and that's
Okay.
the only income I have coming in.
Okay. Yes, those are all wonderful things for us to know while we're walking through this process with you. Mhm.
Okay.
And also, everyone, be aware that you can leave your own information of that sort along with your city or county or zip code and state, and we can do the same process for you all, right? Put what your different boxes that you checked are. Like I said, I'm a female, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a mother, right? So family type things. I'm in a more rural area, but we just switched over as a city. We're right around that 50,000 mark where a lot of things cut off for rural. However, I'm like right at the edge of the city. And so some things still may be open to me through a more rural perspective, especially as I have an agriculturally minded business. And so then Charles, he's talked about the boxes that he checks. We each check our own boxes. Those are our perspectives. Then we have our goals and or challenges. And then we have our location. If you provide those three things for us, we can provide a spreadsheet like this, folks. Okay.
So my next and guess last question for you is, I have a fiance that lives in my home, and she's also on SSI. Do I need to include her
That's
income?
going to depend on each individual grant and grant-like opportunity.
Okay.
And they'll help you make that determination. If it's not clearly in the application, that's where we find that contact information for that opportunity and reach out to them. Many places you have to reach out to even get the applications anyway. So it's best just to get used to trying to reach out through phone and or email, right? All right, so now it thought for 3 minutes and 33 seconds, one of my favorite numbers, and it just got right to it. So that's wonderful. And so you see they're here, but we don't have to keep them here. We can go down here and get these downloadable. Okay, let me move this and see if that's messing with it. Let me stop my share and see if I can get it to work when I'm not sharing. Give me just a moment, guys.
Not that I'm disabled or anything. I did have lung cancer surgery, totally
Okay.
removed.
Yay, I'm so glad for you. We do have survivors of cancer resources. There are resources out there for you as a survivor.
Oh.
So, okay, now it just does not want to participate with me at all, and it's frozen. Oh my gosh, I should not have restarted my Zoom window. Okay, let me stop share and see if that helps it at all again. It really does have a lot going on for the computer, and no. I think it's frozen. What's really going on? Wait. And so what we're going to have to do, Charles, is we're going to have to wait. And I will have it there. And when it's done, I'll be able to share that with you. But I'm not going to be able to do that until it completes itself, until it's unfrozen. So what we're going to do is provide you with resources. We will be getting this veterans information into the community. It's one of the areas that we're working on. All right. However, we've got it already, so let's get it for you. You have your veterans information. We have an entire series on it. Okay. And as we get it into the community where you're going to be looking for veterans and seniors information is in families. Because of course, veterans and seniors are a part of our families as well, right? Lots of family talk today. Okay, so this is going to be the Veteran Series.
I'll find all this information under my profile.
Under your notification bell.
Notification bell. Okay.
Yes. And I'll walk you through all of that right when we're done, Charles. All right?
Thank you.
Absolutely. And then, let's see, it was Veterans. And we talked about another one, seniors as well, but there was something else really.
Cancer survivor.
Thank you. Okay, so let's grab seniors while we're right here. Thank you, Ethel. And then we will get the medical document. That's exactly what I actually need now. And go down to cancer survivors. Okay. So first, we will place the senior series. And then we will get the Cancer Survivor Series. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
And continued wishes of health.
I'm almost perfect again.
That's so amazing, Charles. All right, so it's going to start off, and you're going to have the Veterans, Active Duty, and their Family Series. Then you have the Senior Series and the Cancer Survivor Series. And of course, your fiance is more than welcome to utilize these resources as well. Okay?
Okay.
Then, let's check on what ChatGPT is doing, see if it's going to let me. Whoa, what's going on? Yeah. Allow. Oh, wow, it's going to download. Let's go ahead and allow. I don't know how many it's going to download, but 2 batches, not a big deal. Okay, so it was trying to do it here, but it wasn't completely done, and I was clicking things, so I was freezing it, but I'm not completely familiar with this service yet. I used Gemini more in the past, and even Microsoft's Copilot. Matthew really likes ChatGPT, and I am appreciating it more as I'm getting into it. It's not as personable as Gemini, and so I really like that. And the only reason I used Copilot was because, again, I'd already paid for the subscription. So as a Microsoft subscriber, I had Copilot included. Now that I have ChatGPT, I very much prefer ChatGPT over Copilot, and I think it's very comparable in worth to Gemini, maybe even better at some things, certainly. It's just not as personable. So as you guys are all picking what you'd like to work with, those are some of my thoughts. Roger White goes through all kinds of different services, and he talks to you guys about all kinds of different AI options that are out there. But we were able to get your reports. So now let's pull those up. Batch A and batch B. It's really neat, guys. It really is. Okay, so this is going to be B, so let's go to A first. Didn't mean to click that. And we're going to just start right at the top so that I can transfer it to Google Sheets. And I'm going to go all the way down. And it was only able to find 14, okay?
14 places I can inquire, call, or fill out.
Yes, that is correct. And this is just the first batch, right? So there's 14 on the first batch, and they should, I make no promises. Nobody should ever make promises in regards to these AI programs yet, right? It's just not promisable. But from the tests that I've run, it has been the most accurate so far, all right? And so we are already all highlighted because we just copied it and pasted it. So all I did was highlight it all, and then I hit Control-C, or you can hit right-click, copy. Now we're here. I click the top cell, hit Control-V, or right-click, paste. And I want to do some things to make this a more usable tool. So first, I'm going to go into Format here. And while it's still all highlighted, I'm going to go to Wrapping, and I'm going to click Wrap. There, okay? And then as you see, it makes it so much more approachable. You can actually read everything that's there, and it's just so much more useful. Next, I'm going to go to these, and let me make sure my toolbars are out of the way if they're in your way. If you're on a phone and those toolbars are in your way, you can always let me know and I can minimize things for a moment so that you can see something if you need to. Now, here's your borders. All right, it's like a foursquare when we were kids and we played foursquare. That's your borders. I'm going to click that. And again, everything is still highlighted down here. I'm going to go to the thickness or border style, and I want this most thick option, the third option, the thickest border, and I'm going to go all around the box. Nothing internal, just all around the outer borders, and click that. Now I'm done with that whole box, so I don't need it all highlighted anymore. What I want to do here is I want to grab the whole thing on the title line, okay? And then I'm going to go back to my borders, and then this time I'm going to click that foursquare. Again, that's all borders. We want all borders so that your title line is very well delineated or clear from the other boxes on your spreadsheet. The last piece that I'm going to do is to grab from the second cell down in column A, so the first cell in row 2, and I'm going to go down to the bottom of the spreadsheet. I'm going to go all the way over after I've reached the bottom until I get to the end of the spreadsheet, which you can see so clearly now because it's outlined. And then I'm going to go back to my borders and I'm going to click internal borders. But first, I want to change the thickness to the second thickest line, and I'm going to click inner borders. And so now, when we go back over here and we go up to the top, you can see how much better everything is separated from itself and readable. All right.
Very much so.
This is going to be sheet 1, and this is government. Okay, so I'm going to rename this to Matthew's little abbreviation, government. We'll go money to keep it small. Then we're going to add another sheet down here at the bottom, and I'm going to pull up the sheet that we haven't already done, which is batch B, but let's get rid of batch A. We're just going to X that out of there, and that actually pulled batch B up for us. Nice. Okay, so now for nonprofits, they were only able to find 9. So we're going to grab that, go down to 9, and again, come all the way over to the end of the information here. And then we're going to hit Control C. You see how it kind of acts like it's cut that out. That means it's on my clipboard. I'm going to make sure I'm in this cell here. And you see it highlighted those two because I wouldn't have, if I had hit Control V when it was like it was before, it wouldn't have pasted. So now I'll hit Control V or right click paste. And here we have the second set of resources for home repair. Then we're going to again go to our format option while it's all highlighted. We're going to go format, wrapping, wrap. And while it's again all highlighted, we will go to our borders, to our line thickness, put it back to the thickest line and click the outer borders, the whole box. Now we're done with what we need the whole thing highlighted for. So we're going to highlight our title line. We're going to click our border box again, and we're going to give it inner borders with that same thick line. Now we're going to come back over and we're going to start in that second cell, right? We are the second cell in column A or the first cell in row 2, and come down until we have it all highlighted, and then over until once again it's all highlighted. Again, you can see that nice box to let you know you're covering the whole area. You click your borders one more time, change your line to the second thickest, and click inner borders. And now you have 2 sheets that are legible and usable and should be pretty much perfectly accurate, at least on the website, if not 100% perfectly accurate. So both of the spreadsheets that I did for my area were 100% perfect on the website, okay? I didn't get a chance to vet the rest of it, but your website should always provide your contact information anyway, so it's really the most important piece. If you can get to that website, you should be able to find contact information and possibly application, Okay, so now we are on sheet 2, and we are going to rename this as non-prof. Okay, oh, I'm going to edit it one more time and put that money symbol there. Now we're going to title this, and that is Charles Wallace spreadsheet. Make sure I'm typing it right. Oops. Characters there. I want them over the topic, and that is for home repair. All right, and enter. So now we have your spreadsheet all ready and raring to go. All right, and the last thing that I need to do is to click the share button, turn it into a viewer document. Anyone with the link can see it. Copy that link and share this with you in the community. All right. And it'll just go right onto that same post that you and I have been building.
Okay. That's you're real good at this.
I have had a lot of computer exposure and training over my educational period, and then I learned a lot more on my own. It's just kind of what I do. So don't be intimidated by that. It's not that hard, guys. And as you watch me do it several times, then go out and try it. Not as hard as it looks, and it will become much easier each time you go in and do it. I promise you, I have to learn something new to do what I do almost every week. So don't feel alone. And I get really overwhelmed sometimes, and really I plateau and I can't get further for a little bit, and I have to go do something else and then come back to it and come back to it and come back to it. My hair is driving me crazy until I have mastered that new skill. And then sure enough, another one's going to crop up, right? So it's just kind of the way of the world these days, and try to let it be an adventure more than a stressor if you're able. All right, and so again, this is for home repair. And we'll pop that on there for you. Now, all you have to do is click this link, and it's going to pull it up for you in your Google Sheet. All right, Charles?
Okay.
And then the final thing I want to leave you with is how to bookmark or save this or any other posts. I know you've been around for a minute, so I'm guessing you might have seen this, but I just want to make sure. And I don't think I need any of this saved, so let's clear all of this. And just grab that how to bookmark or save. And you want to do this with any post that you're looking for, right? Okay. Now, to walk you through to make sure you know how to get this information. Are you comfortable getting into Lesko Help 2, right, Charles?
Yes, except I have to get, my screen doesn't split, or I don't know how to make it split. So if I go out of here and go back into Lesko, I'd be dropping off the meeting here.
Not necessarily, and in fact, probably not.
Oh, okay.
But as long as you're comfortable getting into Lesko Help 2, don't worry about that for right now, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You are comfortable, yes?
Yes.
Able to jump right in there. All right. And so then you know your profile. And so do you know your notification bell right there next to your profile?
Right.
That's where you're going to find that notification from me, Charles. And it'll probably say something like Sabrina Giesler, Charles Wallace, and start to trail off. Or it'll say your host, Sabrina, has tagged or mentioned you in a post. Either way, click that, and it's going to pull up this post that you and I just built together. You start off with that veterans information, go into seniors, cancer survivors, your spreadsheet, and how to bookmark or save this or any other post. All right?
Fantastic. I can do that.
And these are so easy to use, everyone. So let's just take a peek at Charles's spreadsheet here. All right. So now here we are on sheet 1, government money. Remember, you want to, let me get my toolbars out just to make sure you guys aren't seeing that. Government money, nonprofit money. So we're in the first sheet. Now we're just going to click this first option and pull that up, right? Did you see how that worked, guys? Let's do that again. Here I am in the spreadsheet. I click it. It shows, oops, I click it and it shows this little drop down box right here. I'm going to click that, and that's going to pull that website up. All right. Now here we are, and this is something GCRA home repair. Home repairs for current homeowners. Are you a current homeowner in Greenville County outside Greenville city limits? Does that apply to you?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
What's that?
I'm a Greer resident living in Greenville County with the Greenville address, but I'm a block away from Spartanburg.
You know what? I have barely made it over to the eastern side. If it's past the continental divide, it's Greek to me. So, but I'm hearing you, and you're saying this does fit you as a current homeowner in Greenville County, outside of Greenville city limits, needing some financial help with critical home repairs. Our staff at GCRA, along with our contractors and partners, help repair homes for seniors, disabled homeowners, and low-income families. Some or all of the home repair cost may be covered by a grant. Yay. Okay. Number in household, 1, 54,000. If they count 2, 61,900. Does that sound something that'll maybe be something you can do here?
Oh, yes.
Okay,
Even
wonderful.
2 is below that.
All right. And so you can get help with roofing repairs or replacement, HVAC repairs or replacement, outdated electrical systems. Wow. Updating to meet handicap accessibility requirements, limited bathroom repairs. Own a home in Greenville County, including the 5 municipalities of Fountain Inn, Greer, Malden, Simpsonville, and Travelers Rest, but not within the city of Greenville limits. Pass an SLED or SLED background check to verify eligibility. Please note that a fee will be charged for each household member aged 18 or older to cover the SLED check. Have a household income at or below 80% of area median income, and that's where this comes in here. All right. All
Yes.
are as approved by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, effective June 1st, 2025. So it doesn't look closed down. It looks active. Let's grab this link for you just to highlight it under what we searched within your spreadsheet. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to click this. Let me pull it up like that. No. Okay. Let me click comment here. I'm going to comment under your spreadsheet. First link in spreadsheet. Add viable. Click on and that's how easy these spreadsheets are to use, folks. Okay. Bam. Got something to look into. Now, how did you go about doing that though, right? Like there's the website, but now what do you do? Okay, have questions about home repairs for current homeowners? Contact Brianna Holbrook, and here's her information. That's what you do. That's as hard as the first part of this process will be.
So I'm calling these people first, and if there's a form to fill out, they'll inform me of that.
Yes, and the papers that you'll need to document so that you can get this SLED background check and whatever else they'll need from you, right?
I can handle that.
Isn't that wonderful, folks?
So it seems so simple to see.
It really is. If you simply take a step back from the overwhelming look of what it is and realize that all I really did, okay, was take a prompt, paste it into an AI bot, put in the specific variables, your city, your county, your state, and your zip code, right? Then I put, oh, I don't even think it required your county. It knew your county from your zip code and things. Then we let the AI bot go. It created the downloadable spreadsheets. I downloaded those. I then clicked the download in my downloads file here, right? Pulled them up as spreadsheets, copied the information, pasted it into the Google spreadsheets, and then I modified it to make it easier to use. If you really think about what each step is only as each step when you're trying to go through this, don't worry about the next step. You can have this pulled up as a recording, right? And I'm going to come and do some classes with you guys that are unscheduled. Just keep an eye out, and then I'll go ahead and post them immediately in the community and feature them and make them a little bit of a big deal so that you can take that recording, because this one unfortunately won't be there for about a month. you can go into my own community, Collectively Rewilding, or to Collectively Rewilding's YouTube channel and watch it there before it gets posted into our community, because we have so many classes. It's really hard to get those uploaded. I don't have as many in Collectively Rewilding, and I put them all on YouTube, and it makes it quicker to upload into our community. So, but I don't want to put prevalence on these, so they don't upload those any quicker than they do the rest of the material. It's all in order, which is absolutely perfect and fair. So I'll do those classes for you guys and get those posted. I'll notify everyone, so look for those notifications, as well as you can go by Collectively Rewilding's YouTube channel or join my community for free, and they'll be there as well. It's an agricultural community though, right? So that's what we do there. We talk about what to do with the land if you get the land, kind of thing, or how to go out and play in the woods, or how to go and start a garden, you know, all these wonderful fun things. And we do actually have a class tonight, Gardens and More Q&A, and my community is completely free to join. No one anywhere pays any money. That's why I started a nonprofit branch. That's why tomorrow Megan and I will come back with you guys again, and we are doing action plan for your nonprofit, which is walking you all through the stages of how to start a nonprofit utilizing my own nonprofit branch of Collectively Rewilding. It's the Collectively Rewilding Foundation that I'm starting, right? And so it's free for anybody, literally the world over, to join. Please feel free to jump in there if that's the kind of thing that interests you, and also because this will get posted today. But you can go and watch it on the YouTube channel. You don't have to come into the community if you're not interested in gardening and off-grid living and making your own furniture, or gosh knows, right? All of those kind of old world, more in touch with nature skill sets that are out there. So let's jump in to Collectively Rewilding again. Oh, and I keep going to the wrong tab, and look at our calendar. So up here in the top little portion, that is our calendar. And tomorrow will be our next class here in the community, and that's Fridays All Business with Amber Hawkins. And that is going to be tomorrow morning. It's our earliest class, Friday morning, 7:30 a.m. Pacific, 8:30 a.m. Mountain, 9:30 a.m. Central, and 10:30 a.m. Eastern for Fridays All Business with Amber Hawkins. And Megan and I will be back with you tomorrow as well. And that's Action Plan for Your Nonprofit with Megan and Sabrina tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Pacific, 3:30 Mountain, 4:30 Central, and 5:30 Eastern. And again, you are welcome to join my community. You can find the free link in the Join Us Live collection. Jump down into the teaching session space where we were for this class. And then you're going to jump over into that tab we didn't really explore, the replays tab. And then all you need to do is find the Country Living and Business, the 4th unit there. You can lower that down. And as you see, free lifetime membership for the Lesko Health community. That's going to walk you through joining Collectively Rewilding, or go and look for it on the YouTube channel, or wait for those classes that I post here. And I will also be going live during them. Look for both the notifications to join me if you're able to live, as well as for the replays after, whether you're able to or not. Then what you do is you take those replays on probably your smaller device if you're able to see it enough to follow what I'm doing. All right, and then you watch it and you pause it. You'd follow that step. Don't look at the whole, look at one step at a time. Okay. And if you need some basic computer skills, guys, if that's something that you struggle with, jump into the accountability meetup space, one space below in the Join Us Live collection, right? You're in teaching sessions to get into Collectively Rewilding or to join this class when it starts. And then you're going to go down into accountability meetups into study hall. If you click study hall here, there are, I believe, oh, we don't have it there anymore. Darn. Let's try weekly office hours. And I believe step 7 here. Yes. Okay. Create your personal grant and resource notebook. Here's how to do all of these great things. It's going to give you information on note taking, calendars, tools to support all of that. Your grant hunting strategy. No, it's not here. I'm going to have to figure out if it's in the community. If you guys need it, we have resources for you to help you get more comfortable in the use of the computer, as well as that online world, including how to stay safe out there. So if you guys ever need that, please just let us know and we can get it for you. And I will try to find a good place to put it in the community. If it's not already here, I just need to tear through it a little bit and see if it's already here. All right. Let's go ahead and say goodnight for the moment. And please feel free to come and join me in collectively
Sabrina,
rewilding. Yes, Ethel.
it's in the safety. It's in We Care and Safety.
That's where the learning of computer resources is.
Oh, I thought you were saying safety warning. Testimony.
No, these are different kinds of things. You can find online safety perhaps listed in safety warnings, but that's the only piece, not the how to use the computer or how to utilize the online area, right? Unfortunately, but that is where you find the online safety. All right. Go ahead and oops, I don't know why I did that. So please feel free, everybody, and go ahead and unmute and say good night, everyone.
Good night. Thank you very much.
Good night. Good night.
Guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Ethel. Thank you, everyone. I hope you all enjoy your evening and have a very happy Halloween. See you tomorrow.